Hello YouTube. This video is going to be a little different than the others, and because this one is not going to be a set or presenting a team, but it's going to be an introductory guide to weather teams in the 5th generation of Pokemon. So first of all, what is weather? It's pretty simple. Weather is a condition that affects a game. There are 4 types of weather: rain, sun, sandstorm, and hail. And yeah, they have certain effects on the game. They can either be caused by their special move, for example, for rain is rain dance, for sun, sunny day, whatever, or by certain ability which only very few Pokemon have. This Pokemon being Politoed for rain, Ninetales for the sun, Hippowdon and Tyranitar for the sandstorm, and Abomasnow for the hail. Okay, so first of all, a little more about the specific effects that the weather conditions have. So I'm going to start with rain because that's probably the most common one. What happens there? The water type moves have their base power increased by 50%. Fire type moves have their power decreased by 50%. Solar beam only does half its usual damage. Synthesis, Moonlight, and Morning Sun will only recover 25% of a Pokemon's health, in opposing to 50%, which they usually increase. Then Thunder and Hurricane, the 2 moves which only have an accuracy of 70% usually, their accuracy is raised to 100%. Pokemon with dry skin ability, most notably Toxicroak, gain 1/8 of their maximum health at the end of every turn. Those Pokemon that have Swift Swim ability will double their speed, and Pokemon that have Rain Dish will recover 1/16 of their health every turn, about 6%. And lastly, there's the ability Hydration comes into effect, which cures any status immediately. Yes, also one more thing, the event move Weather Ball becomes a water type move with 100 base power. Okay, so now to the sun. It's basically the opposite of the rain. It boosts the power of fire type moves by 50% and decreases the power of water type moves by 50%. Synthesis, Moonlight, Morning Sun recover 66% of a Pokemon's health now. The move Solar Beam will not require any charge up. Thunder and Hurricane will have the accuracy decreased further down to 50%. A move like Growth will raise attack and special attack by 2 stages instead of 1. No Pokemon can freeze. Pokemon with a dry skin ability will lose 1/8 of their health every turn. Pokemon with the ability Chlorophyll will have their speed doubled. Pokemon with Harvest will always consume their berries at the end of every turn. Then Pokemon who have Leaf Guard, basically the opposite of Hydration, are infected by status problems. And Pokemon with a Flower Gift ability and its partners, this only works in double battles, but they have their attack and special defense stats boosted. And Weather Ball becomes a fire type move with base power of 100. Okay, now to the most famous weather condition. I'm saying most famous here because this was also seen in Generation 4 quite a lot. What happens? Every Pokemon that isn't part Rock, Ground, or Steel type will take 1/16 of its health, will be taken away at the end of every turn. Rock types have a special defense increased by 50%. The move Solar Beam has its base power reduced by 50%. Pokemon who have a Sand Rush ability, most notably Excadrill, will have their speed doubled. Pokemon with Sand Force are granted their 30% boost to Rock, Ground, Steel type moves. Synthesis, Moonlight, and Morning Sun will only recover 25% of Pokemon's maximum health. And Weather Ball changes into a Rock type move with 100 base power. Okay, so now we're at the last weather condition, Hail. It's very similar to Sandstorm. Once again, every Pokemon loses 1/16 of its health except if it's Ice typing. Move Solar Beam only has half its base power. Synthesis, Moonlight, Morning Sun only recover 25% of Pokemon's maximum health. Blizzard's accuracy is raised from 70 to 100%. Pokemon that have the Ice Body ability recover 1/16 of the maximum health at the end of every turn. And Pokemon with Snow Cloak increase their evasion by 20%. And finally, Weather Ball becomes an Ice type move with 100 base power. Okay, so if used correctly, then the weather can give you the advantage over your opponent that you need to win. Actually, sometimes the advantage is so big that weather teams are looked down upon because apparently it's too easy to use them. I don't share that opinion because they do have their drawbacks, but if used correctly, they can be amazing. And I'm going to go into more strategic details in my next video. So see you then. As usual, feedback is appreciated. Comment on the videos, whatever we like.